Hey guys, welcome to the second set between Bogus and Kwanro. This is going to be on Fighting Spirit, not Bogus as I originally said during the livecast. By the way, livecasts are going, if you go to Diggity SC on justin.tv, that's justin.tv/shigitysc. I'm not sure why I decided to say it that way. You can see when I'm live casting. I try to announce it on Twitter or IRC. I wish I had a better method for doing it, but whatever. Kwanro starting the upper left-hand corner as the purple zerg, the master of chaos and aggressive play. Bottom right-hand corner we have Bogus as the brown terran. Game 1, Kwanro went some 2-hatch into big air thing, and it just ended up failing miserably because it looked like Bogus went Wraith, is what I saw wandering around late game. I really wasn't paying a ton of attention to the match. Was just kind of looking at it here and there, and yeah, kind of the mat, it just seemed to fall apart on him. Anyway, but Bogus with some clever play able to win it out. Kwanro wants to get another round of 8 berth here. It seemed like he had shored up all the problems in his gameplay, but honestly, just seeing what I did of the first match, it looked like it was back to old Kwanro, which is you choose. That's the thing. He comes up with the clever strategies. Yes, I really like his micro. Really like his aggressive style. I like that he goes for the win in certain situations when other players would just kind of let the game linger on and oftentimes end up letting opponents get back in the match. I like that Kwanro goes for the kill, but at the same time, sometimes when he ends up behind, and sometimes I think this is his greatest weakness, he'll come up with a clever strategy. The clever strategy will fall apart, and he has other options that he should be transitioning to, but he doesn't. He doesn't try to go and now play a little bit more of an economic game. He doesn't try to go all in at that stage. He keeps all inning essentially, and it's like watching, I don't know, some sort of really fast moving mammal that's small, and it's like, I don't want to say Pokemon, but it's like watching some sort of small mammal bash its head against a wall repeatedly because it thinks, I don't know, that it can mate with the wall, that the wall's somehow its friend or something, or it gets into a fight with the wall and thinks it can win. Nothing is more depressing than watching like a bird get in a fight with like a window, because you just know it's going to end poorly. Anyway, that's what it seems like with Kwanro most of the time. Actually, it kind of does look bird-ish, not like stork really, but, well, yeah, stork is kind of classic because it's in his name. But anyway, yeah, that poor little robin, that is Kwanro. Upper right-hand corner has been scouted. Bottom left-hand corner, it looks like both players are actually going to scout each other second no matter what. Kwanro has gone for a 12 hatchery build. Looks like he's going to go 3 hatchery before spawning pool. Going to try to play it a little bit more economically savvy, and this is actually going to work out for him just because of the distances on the map, and it looks like that's and honestly I don't think even if well, it looks like Bogus is going to be able to scout it, but even if Bogus was in kind of an aggressive slot, there's just so much distance, I don't know that he'd be able to get it finished. And also, it's going to be dependent on whether this SEV kind of cycles around and catches that hatchery to that top right corner, whether he sees the spawning pool. I think he's got to think that that spawning pool stage of development, he's got to be going up against 3 hatchery. I think realizing the distances on this map, he's not really, oh yeah, he's going to go for an expansion instead and play a little bit more aggressively economically himself. But this is going to pay off for Kwanro, and I really like that decision. A little bit risky because well, I guess it's kind of equidistant at all stage, but it works out pretty well on this map because of the distances. I think it's the smart maneuver for him. Let's see how he follows this up. If he once again goes for kind of one of, I guess that head bashing build, or if he has something clever for us again. Really, oh, get those drones in the gas. Go, go. One of the things I really enjoyed watching him do, I think it was a while ago, about a year and a half ago, a long time ago, was he had some really clever play where he was just skipping Hydralisks altogether, skipping Lurkers altogether, going straight to Ultralisks. I'm kind of curious if he's going to go for something similar on this map, try to hoard some gas, try to use the distance to his advantage. He did that on Blue Storm, actually, but I'm kind of curious if it'll pay off here. He's already going up to lair now. Not really showing any signs. Okay, there's some Zerglings. I was about to say, not really showing any signs of even trying to usher that SCV out of his base, playing very passively, actually, just moving two Zerglings, it looks like, out in the field, and I think that's mostly to scout, because I don't even think he has an Overlord there yet, just to try to get a good look at what Bogus is doing. Keep in mind, we're 4 minutes in the game. I don't think he even has an Overlord down there. He has no idea what Bogus is up to. Bogus could be going mech for all he knows, and he wouldn't know, obviously. Well, you don't really want to go mech. Putting in a second extractor, so he's definitely going to be pushing some sort of tech here, and almost able to take out that SCV early. He's going to be able to spot those couple of those Marines out in the front door, and drones coming off the line, getting these pot shots off on that SCVs. It's coming across. Really pretty successful. It looks like we are going to see Mutalisks to open, but I think this is going to be Mutalisks for more some map control. this is a very Zerg favored map, and I honestly don't know why this hasn't been 100% in Zerg's favor, because that 12 o'clock base, well, there's ramps, you can really, it's really nearby, there's some additional gas to work with, the ramps are really easy to defend. Honestly, I don't think Terran should ever be winning this map, just at large, just because Zerg has a really easy to secure third gas. It should be, there's the Spire now. But nevertheless, Zerg have found ways to lose on this map here and there. Looks like we're seeing a couple medics. We'll see if we see fire bats in an attempt at a front door break here. Just a couple Zerglings on the front. This is the thing, though, is even if he sends that front door break out, it's going to be a long time. And Kwanro can basically not even plant the sun colonies. He can put down the drones as he needs them, as he sees them coming out of that base, have them morphed by the time, just because of the distances here. Just a really good Zerg map, yeah, because of the distances, because of everything. Hopefully Kwanro will be able to capitalize on that. It'd be a little bit depressing if he didn't. Really testing this front door, sending those Zerglings in, playing a little bit of posture. Looks like that Spire about halfway finished, putting down a cautionary creep colony. Interesting line there. Kind of curious why he decided to kind of position it like that rather than the usual diagonal. But yeah, maybe some Zerg players can enlighten me on that. But it looks like we're going to see a little bit more medics, a little bit more Marines before usual. Not... I think that engineering bay was actually placed a little bit later than... I'm actually trying to think where it was. Like, cycle back in the brain, Diggity. We were seeing good comsat, seeing a couple of the eggs being hatched right there, definitely realizing that the mutalisks are going to be coming, and it looks like it is going to be a complement of 9 mutalisks. And we actually I saw Zero attempt this recently. Granted, he was doing it against Flash, but I've seen a lot of Zerg players try to do that. This similar maneuver on this set of the MSL and OSL kind of matches. I think it was Zero who tried to attempt it last, but going with the full complement of 9 mutalisks, running up, trying to use that for map control. I think it'll work out better for Kwanro here, even if he fails miserably with his mutalisk micro. As long as he doesn't lose excessive amounts of mutalisks just being way too aggressive, he's going to be able to take that 12 o'clock no matter what. He can afford to kind of get that gas. He's going to be able to get to, well, he's definitely going to be able to get lurkers out. Going to be able to get to that hive tech, and it's really going to be up to Bogus, I think, to do something special to kind of swing back into this. And it looks like Bogus has gone very defensive. He's already got the 3 turrets at that natural secondary and a big bulk of medic marine, as well as some turrets there otherwise. But this really doesn't hurt Kwanro all that much. I think he can just back out. Looks like he's working towards that science vessel now. It really doesn't hurt Kwanro all that much. Yes, that was a lot of gas, but keep in mind he's got that gas right nearby, and it's easy to take. He hasn't had to spend the minerals to switch to the Sunken Creek colonies right there. And Kwanro's still going in. This is what I'm talking about. Still going in against the 3 turrets. The medic marines out of position with a bunker there as well. Going to be able to take out the 3 turrets. Some nice micro. Also getting a little bit lucky there. Only losing a single mutalisk, but he's opened up that back line. The SCV's having to pull back. Wow. Just beautiful micro right there, and that was just pure sheer force of will. That's the thing with Kwanro, is usually you'll see players back off from that, especially when they see a bunker or things like that, but instead able to press forward. Bogus panicking a little bit, moving those marines out. Looks like he got a little bit lucky there, a little bit lucky on the target, and he's able to kill another mutalisk. He's trying to draw them away, perhaps, actually maybe even sacrifice, trying to plant a bunker, it looked like, in the lane, and it's just not going to happen. And Bogus needs to be very, very careful. He's completely on tilt here. He's got weapons 1, but he's moving out in the field. He's going to end up losing a medic, several medics, it looks like. And Kwanro he's running at the risk of just losing his entire army as it's out in the field, and he's still not able to get that natural secondary running. And yeah, lost that entire army now. Now he just has no... This is disastrous. He has no threat to pose Kwanro at all at this stage of the game. Kwanro, obviously he's not going to play defensively. He's going to get some lurkers. He's going to go crush him right here, just crush his face really, really hard. A couple more turrets planted, but it doesn't make a difference. I mean, he went up and, oh, that was lucky actually. Took out a mutalisk right there, but you're going to see 2 more mutalisks immediately, and Kwanro right back there. Just laying the smackdown again. That's basically what you're going to see. Looks like a single marine managed to make it out at the 12 o'clock, got boxed out by a lurker egg. And that was that. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kwanro was just like, screw it, let's do it. Runs in, just crazes, just throws everything before that hive tech comes in, just doesn't care. There are a couple siege tanks out, but really for this to work for Bogus, he needed to preserve, I think, that first army against the amount of lurkers and the amount of mutalisks that are going to be out there. Those siege tanks are going to be very difficult to defend as they're moving across the map. And yeah, I think I think Kwanro's in a fantastic position. And yeah, there's Kwanro pushing up. He's already establishing position. This natural secondary, very vulnerable. And Bogus with the, wow. Surprised he didn't lose a couple Marines right there. Stimming directly running headlong